life. Mirages TV is life. Come on in, people. Anytime you watch this, is she losing interest in you? And you're asking, how did this happen? Is that happening to you? Yes, that happened. Somebody you love, somebody you were so much in love with, and out of a sudden, she is losing interest. See how I figure my own. It's hard, right? But you gotta figure it out because you wanna know what's happening. What is happening? Why is she losing interest in you? Is she losing interest in you? Why? Out of a sudden, somebody you've really been in love with, somebody you care so much with, and you guys have been living a happy life. Why out of a sudden she's losing interest? So join me as I dive into the signs that she's losing interest and see if I can figure out what really is going on before it's too late. Yes. When it comes to relationship dynamics, it's no secret that women can be unpredictable. And they are mysterious creatures. But what happens when you start to notice a shift in her behavior and you can't quite put your fingers on what's causing it? That's what we are going to expose today. Yes. Have you ever found yourself wondering if your partner is losing interest in you? Maybe you've noticed that she's been a little distant, or that the conversation just don't flow like they used to, and you start to feel like you're walking on eggshells, trying to read between the lines and figure out what's going on in her mind. It's a frustrating and confusing place to be. Anyone who have experienced this will tell me I'm right. And if you can live, you feel lost and unsure of what to do next, right? Yes. Yes. As guys, we often struggle to understand the workings of the female mind, and it can be tempting to analyze every little thing. Yes. But the truth is, women are complex. Hi, Versace. Hello. Women are complex creatures, and their emotions can be difficult to navigate. When you sense a shift in her interest, it's natural to feel concerned and unsure of what's going on. So if you're somebody who have a partner, make sure you're checking to make sure they're in. Are they losing it? What's going on? One of the biggest challenges we face in these situations is understanding our own emotions and reactions. We might feel an overwhelming need to fix the problem, to somehow make things go back to the way they were before. But the reality is, we can't force someone to feel a certain way. Yes, we cannot. Yes, we cannot force someone to feel a certain way. Neither can we make them love us if they don't want to. When a woman is losing interest, there are usually some pretty clear signs that something is amiss. Yes. Maybe she stopped making an effort to dress up for you, or she's no longer initiating conversations like she used to. Please, when you see that, just start noting it down. Maybe you've noticed that she's starting to pull away during intimate moments, or that she's become increasingly critical of you. Yes. Anything you say, she's criticizing and asking. She's like, how come this, how come that? These signs can be subtle, but they are often indicative of a deeper issue. So when you see these flags, start working on them. Some of the most common signs of a woman losing interest in you include changes in their communication pattern. Yes, they start communicating different. Maybe she's no longer responding to your text as quickly, or she's becoming shorter and more abrupt in her responses. Yes. Maybe she's stopped making plans to spend time with you, or she's become increasingly busy whenever you try to schedule something. She's like, oh honey, I'm busy. Oh honey, I have this schedule. Oh, I wish I knew it earlier. I would have created some time. She starts to give you excuses. Body language can also be a telltale sign of a woman's interest. If she's no longer leaning in what you talk about, or she's crossing her arms, like this, and her legs whenever you're together, it could be a sign that she's closing herself off from you. Yeah, you see her make these hands, and she's looking somewhere else, she's doing something, and making eye contact. She's become distracted whenever you're together. It's because she has lost interest in you. Emotional engagement is another key area to look at. If she's no longer laughing at your jokes, or she stopped sharing her thoughts and feelings with you, it could be a sign that she's losing interest. Yes. Maybe she started to become more argumentative when she wasn't, or she's no longer showing interest in your passions and hobbies. She's just telling you, Oga, I'm done. Daddy, bye-bye. Sweetheart, see you next time. When you start to notice these signs, it can be easy to get caught up in feelings of anxiety and frustrations. You might feel like you're walking on eggshells, trying to avoid saying or doing the wrong thing. But the reality is, these signs can be a wake-up call, a chance to reevaluate the relationship and figure out what's really going on. Yes. And the critical moment comes when these signs become undeniable, when you can no longer ignore the fact that something is amiss. It's at this point that you need to take a step back and try to understand what's driving her behavior. Are there deeper issues at play, such as trust or communication problems? Or is it something more superficial, like a lack of attraction or interest? You just start working on yourself slowly but steadily. When the reason is essential to approach the situation with sensitivity and understanding, remember that, and honest conversations with your partner, and be willing to listen to her perspective. It might be uncomfortable, I know, but it's the only way to move forward and figure out what's really going on. In that conversation, be ready to be vulnerable, to listen and not defend, and be ready to change and fix things. And in conclusion, after the conversation, you recognize the sign that a woman's losing interest can be a challenging and frustrating experience. Yes. But it's also an opportunity to reevaluate the relationship and figure out what's really going on. Remember, communication and understanding are key. And by being open and honest, you can work together to build a stronger, more fulfilling connections. Yes, you can work together to be a stronger and more fulfilling connection. And at times, this is the time you also do a self-evaluation and see, is this a good man for me? Is this a good woman for me? If this happens next time, how am I gonna do it? Thank you for watching this short live, and please share it and help others, and watch other videos on relationship on Marriages TV so that we can continue to grow and learn. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.